Italy on QVC without making some fresh pasta. Now, I know for some people who've never made fresh pasta, it might seem a little intimidating. So I want you to know that Chef Viviani has taken all of the angst out of it.
Yes.
The intimidation out of it. He's also included some recipes on QVC.com, including a pasta dough recipe, which we highly encourage you to use.
Absolutely.
It's the one that includes eggs, so it's not as sticky.
Well, the eggs pasta is traditionally done, in the Italian way. And by the way, if you did grab the chopper, you can make pasta in a minute.
Yeah.
Literally in a minute. And once you have a beautiful pasta dough made, in a couple of minutes like this with the chopper, then you cut that in little pieces. And now, David, we have the revolution in pasta machine.
Okay.
We all grew up with the hand cranking machine, and Grandma, see what she does, right?
Oh, yeah. I remember I told you, David,
machine
the hand crank.
that you had to clamp on the table, or the alternative of that are some very, very big and heavy machinery.
Yeah.
Now, this is a heavy duty but lightweight, has suction cup underneath. So it sticks to the counter, and now you can work with two hands.
Perfect.
Two buttons, one to release, one to turn on. Once it's turned on, you get your pasta and you stretch it. You stretch your pasta super quick.
Beautiful.
Right? Then with the one stop, you change the attachment
to one of your cutters.
You get the cutters in it, and now guess what? You have linguine, fettuccine, pappardelle, you have whatever you like, and now you can have a gourmet plate of pasta in absolutely no time between the chopper and the pasta machine.
And you put these in what are called little nests. You can either freeze these, or you can just let them dry naturally and then pop them into boiling salted water. And then that way you get beautiful homemade pasta.
Absolutely, and you have different size for different shape, wider. Somebody in Italy call them fettuccine, somebody call them pappardelle, tagliatelle, and you can basically do that. And
now, what if I'm making lasagna? I would just put it through the roller and leave it as is, right?
Correct. You're making lasagna, fantastic. Now you got your pasta that we made with the processor. You have three different thickness, depending on how thick or thin you like your pasta.
Right.
And then you go through it, and basically now you have your very thin. Look how thin these pasta sheets are coming out.
And look how wide.
Yes.
Because
and you can get it wider too here, by the way. It wasn't just a shorter piece of pasta there.
Now, Chef, for a lot of us, if we don't have a place to dry pasta, I had some Italian friends growing up. They used to hang it over their kitchen chairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
They would hang it over an open cabinet door.
Yes.
Or even lengthwise on a table.
Windowsill.
And the
windowsill, I don't suggest it because of birds and critters.
Yes.
But Grandma used to do the broomstick between two chairs, right?
So Chef, walk back here with me, because I'd love for you to just walk us through everything that we're going to get. We're going to get the roller inside. So we also get two cutters that can be interchanged.
So it's called the pasta stretcher, right? So the rolling pin, three different height for three different pasta thickness.
Right.
You get the wider cutter, the thinner cutter, and then you get a pastry bag. If you want to still make it by hand and not use the processor, then you put all your ingredient here,
so
no mess.
Oh, look at this.
No mess, and you make your pasta.
And I don't get flour all over my hands,
Correct.
Right? Phone rings, I can put this down and go pick up the phone, right?
You get your eggs in it, your flour, your water, whatever you're going to use to make
There's
pasta.
also a little cleaning brush and a measuring cup.
Correct. Now, cleaning brush, this machine is only, not saying it's out of cleaning, because it's not. But the cleaning brush, when you work with flour and pasta, it's useful, but you're not going to use it too much because it stays clean.
This color is called Stone Gray, fewer than 1,050. I have it in cranberry, 650, and finally the terracotta. 670 in the terracotta. Let me also remind you that this is featured priced. It is also available for you at a time where you're looking for great recipes. Go to QVC.com to the product information page, and you can download and print 4 different recipes.
Of all of his products. Now, I have to tell you, David, I was telling you this, and I told Fabio at the beginning of the show, I am in love with this machine because I grew up with my mom still making homemade pasta, but it's always a big thing. Like, I'm going to make homemade pasta tomorrow.
It's a big project.
It's a whole project. We all have to be involved because to connect it and then sometimes to crank it, my mom can't do it.
You got to hold it.
You have to hold it. Sometimes it falls off. It's a mess. And everybody that has the homemade cranker knows. This is really revolutionary.
Because you have also the suction cup. Look, you move the whole table, and now you have two hands. And first of all, it's always good to help mama, don't get me wrong. But now, even if you're by yourself, and my grandma is getting older, she doesn't want to hold and heavy thing. So now you press a button, and now you have, you have look at this.
Beautiful.
And if you're making fresh pasta for dinner, then you want to make enough servings for everyone at the dinner table. Maybe you got a big eater. And for me, I might do whole wheat. So I'd find a whole wheat recipe, right? Whole wheat pasta recipe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feed that through.
Whole wheat
or
pasta.
chickpea flour, any of these, these ones that are low in carb, right?
Yeah, you can use the food processor that we just demonstrated
to create the pasta dough.
Make the dough, absolutely. Literally 2 minutes.
And there are tons of great recipes online. So if you are looking for some special dietary needs, you're going to find them. But to have Rosina, who is very Italian, to have Chef Viviani, who is very Italian, talk to us about the ease of use and why this is so much better than those old-fashioned machines. Incredible. This is just so special, important.
Suction cup, you don't need to hold it. You don't need to clamp it on the table and risk to scratch your counter. It's much lighter weight because, again, it's durable, heavy duty. It's not steel. It's not like a heavy material.
Right.
It's great, heavy duty. And then now what you have 2 buttons. Super easy to use. 1 button, detach it, put it back. 1 button, on, off. And then the only other things that there is here, you have the thickness. You decided what thickness your pasta you want it to be, 3, 2, 1.
This is so easy.
The smaller the number, the thinner the thickness. And that's it. And now you don't need like a village holding your pasta machine while you're trying to,
and so heavy
while
they
you're
usually
trying to run it.
If you've never tried homemade pasta, you really, really should. It is it is a different world.
Do you know what I do, David, to clean these? I use one of the little spray, the
air spray.
The air spray. No, wait.
It,
and you little brush, and you brush it off, and it's done.
Nice.
Look, I made it even thinner.
Yeah. And you can now, if you now make it wider, you can fold it in half and go.
And then feed it through again?
Yes.
Oh, look at me, I'm fancy.
We're going to have fun
Absolutely.
with this.
Oh, look at this.
Yep. And
Now
now
it's
what
nice
you do,
and wide.
you turn it off, detach it, put this back in, turn it on, and now you have.
And now we have a cutter.
You have the cutter and you have your linguine. Look at that.
Oh, my gracious.
Bellissimo.
Oh, and this is going to cook in salted hot water in seconds, right?
Yeah, less than a minute, the pasta will be ready.
It'll be so good.
This thing will be ready in less than a minute.
And you know what? For the longest time, I never made homemade pasta because I thought it was too much of a chore. This is easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Make it and stretch it in less than 5 minutes, both.
This first color is called Stone Gray, 900 left. Then I have it for you in the cranberry, 550, and finally the terracotta, 600 left in the terracotta. And you're going to be able to find a lot of recipes, including Fabio's egg pasta recipe on QVC.com. And we highly recommend that you start with that one as opposed to the one that comes in the booklet, because that is an egg-free pasta recipe. Still stickier and harder to work with if you're a first-timer.
Oh, well, with the bag, it still will work out, but egg pasta is got to be your first love.
And it'll be easy, an easy way for you to begin. Chef Viviani, a pleasure, sir.
Always great to be here with you.
Come back and see us again soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Chef. Grazie.
So good to be here. Thank you. Grazie mille.
Okay, are we headed? Oh, now, Fabio is going to be live streaming at 4 o'clock on QVC.com. So if you would like to be able to ask questions and find out what's going on, Fabio's going to be here to talk about his line and some of the new things he has coming down the pike.
4 o'clock, QVC.com or Facebook.
All
Live.
right, looking forward to that. In the meantime,